how y'all doing? I didn't even know y'all was home. I'm so happy to see y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is going to be epic. I'm going to make you guys a delicious, traditional Caribbean. It could be a Thanksgiving dish or it could be something that you make on a regular. But anywho, I'm so happy you guys are home. I cannot wait to cook for you guys. I love catering to you guys, especially to my man. Today I'm gonna be making some Haitian macaroni. In Creole it's called macaroni au gratin. That's exactly what I'm gonna be making. My husband loves it. Well, I don't know if he's my husband anymore, but my guy used to love this dish. I'm sure he does if I would have brought him some. But anyway, I can't wait to get started. I'm fresh off of work. It's been a busy day at the office, so I cannot wait to show you what we have here. If you're new here, subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. I cannot wait to show you more bangers. The grind never stops. So I'm gonna show you guys all the ingredients that I have to make this dish. I cannot wait for you guys to try it. So let's get into it. Okay, so to this pot we have maybe what, 3 cups of water going. My heat is on high heat. Let me throw on some gloves real quick and we're gonna get started right away. The gloves is nothing fancy. What I have here is just simple old gloves right here. You know, nothing special. So I'm gonna put some gloves on. Oh my goodness. Cannot wait for you guys to try this meal. This is so good, guys. So good, so good, so good. So good, so good. But yeah, guys, see, the thing with Haitian macaroni, once you try it, all that other stuff that y'all used to eating, it's out the door. You're gonna want this all the time. So I showed you guys the ingredients. What we're gonna do, we're gonna let our water come to a boil, and when it does, we're gonna add 1 whole box. It's a 16-ounce rigatoni. We're gonna add that. We're gonna get it going, but before we even do that, we're gonna season our water. If it ain't seasoned, what you doing? We're gonna season our water. It's right here. So we're gonna add complete seasoning. We need everything, every layer of this macaroni to have flavor. This is garlic salt. I'm not measuring it. You put how much your heart desire, okay, babe? Put how much your heart desire. Adobo right here. We're gonna add that in. We need flavors, y'all. We're gonna add some onion powder. And we're gonna add some extra virgin olive oil. This is kind of high end, so you ain't gotta be fancy and bougie like me, because you know I'm a little extra But you know, you can get the regular olive oil, and that'll be suffice. We're gonna get that to a rolling boil, and we'll get back to that. In the meantime, let me give you a little background on this dish. Before I even knew how to cook, before I even knew how to cook, this was well, the first meal I knew how to cook was this. And my friend's wife, Charlene, she taught me how to make this dish. And ever since she did that, I'm getting some I don't know how to use the can opener. I used to always let, you know, my dude open it for me, but ain't no dude, babe. So I'm going to try to open it myself. So this is sweet peas in the cans. I'm going to open it right quick. But yeah, my friend's wife taught me how to make this dish. This was the very first dish she ever taught me how to make. And I'm forever grateful that she instilled these type of skills in me, so that way when I do end up having my family, I'll be able to cook, you know, those dishes for my man and my family, my kids, my children. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to drain this because we don't need the water that's in here. I'm going to give that a drain. I'm pouring it in the sink or whatever. No, I'm pouring it in the sink. So it's in the sink. If you can hear the water, it's going. But yeah, so there's so many recipes that I want to show you guys, and I'm excited to show you guys. Y'all gonna love this. I usually, when I get home from work, I usually fix me a drink. I mean, we don't call this show Tipsy Eats for nothing. You know, we drink over here. We drink over here. So I'm pouring out the juices from the corn. And while that's going, I have this pot here. Let me turn it off because I don't need it yet, actually. So I have this pot going. I want to make sure I have everything open. Don't mind how I open these cans. Just know I opened it safely. Don't try this at home. Use a can opener if you know how to use it. Like I said, I don't know how to use a can opener. It ain't rocket scientist, I know, but I just don't know how to do it. This is how I open it. For the can, for the milk. But yeah, this is going to be so good. It's going to be good. But anyway, while we're waiting for that to go, my favorite snack as of recently is these peperoncini peppers. It's seasoned Italian style, but you could get the regular ones. But I just like this. It tastes so good. And it's so juicy. So juicy. That tastes so good. So, as that going, I'm gonna go ahead and add the I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 box of the rigatoni. And you don't necessarily want to cover it all the way, because once it starts to boil, it can boil over. I forgot. We need butter for the other pan, because we have to saute these veggies and the ham, because we're going to make a Haitian roux, I guess you could call it. So I'm going to grab some butter. Hold on. Let me grab this butter, child. I should have probably changed my clothes, but I was so excited when I see that you guys are home and I want to feed y'all. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. On that second pot where we're gonna make our sauce for the spaghetti, for the what I'm making, y'all, for the Haitian macaroni, we're gonna add maybe like 2 tablespoons of butter. Like I'm saying, when it comes to cooking like Haitian food, we don't necessarily use measurement, except when you're cooking rice. I think I've mastered the skill of cooking rice. The only time I actually use measurements is when I'm cooking rice. But I have this going. I'm melting the butter, child. Let me turn the fan on. The AC is running, but the kitchen does get hot, so I'm gonna turn the fan on because it's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here. All right, I got the fan going. We got our noodles going. The butter has melted. We're gonna add like half of this. The peppers. If you like, you know, a lot of peppers, you add the whole thing. Add how much your heart desires. With all of this, as I said, I'm not using any measurements. I'm just cooking. While that's going, I'm going to also add these ham. It's Black Forest ham. You chop it up finely. Or you can rough chop it as well. Like I said, whatever your heart desire. I don't know if you guys can see me too well. Let me try to move the camera up a little bit so you guys can see. Child, when it comes to making these videos, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So I'm gonna turn the eye on a little bit higher. I have it on a 7, number 7, to get that going. I'm actually gonna add just a little bit more butter to get it going. Y'all, it smells good already. I just started. It's been like 10 minutes in and it smells good already. Danger. In the words of B-Love. So I'm gonna add a Maggi cube. Now, Americans or regular people, because we extra, you use the regular Maggi, but this is the one that I use. It's called Madame Gugus. And I do use the other one, but when it comes to like Haitian food or Haitian recipes that I make, I use Haitian things when I can find them. And as you see, I broke it up and I'm adding it in here. This is gonna be so good, so good. The same seasoning that I add to the noodles. I'm doing the most. You hear me? The same seasoning that I add for the pasta, I'm gonna add to the sauce as well. So I added the Maggi. This is garlic salt, adobo, and seasoned salt or Lawry's, and onion powder. My sister-in-law does not like spicy food, so I'm going to add just a little bit of black pepper. I would usually add habanero, but since she does not like that, I'm going to add black pepper, but just a little bit. My nephew does not like it either. So I know if you guys haven't seen like my previous video, my mukbang, if you haven't seen that video, go watch it. You learn some fun facts about me. And I talk about sorry y'all. And in that video, I talk about myself a little bit. But I'm still going to tell you guys a little bit of myself and my background so we can be well acquainted since we roommates now. First and foremost, I pray to God. Second, I reside in Florida. You see that? Let me bring this up closer to y'all. So y'all know this ain't no game. Look at this. Do you see this? This is going in the macaroni. Look. This is good. It smells so good. So good. I'm going to go ahead and add my corn right quick. I grew up in Florida. I lived a few places. But all in all, Florida is my home. To be real honest with you, like even though my friend's wife taught me how to cook, I really didn't have nobody to cook for. So I used to do catering with her. I'm adding the laughing cow. I used to do catering with her to keep my skills up to par, right? We need this cheese to melt. We need and all the veggies to render. I wish I could smell this. As I was saying, so I used to do catering with her to keep my skills up to par. Because I just knew one day I was going to have this big family and I would be in the kitchen. I never thought of myself being a housewife, but I did say I was going to be in the kitchen a lot, cooking for my man or whatever. We're going to let this go. Y'all, it's so hot in here. Let me take my gloves off. So, yeah. I just knew that one day I was going to, you know, let me turn the camera over here. I just knew that one day I was going to have a family and I was going to be able to cook for my husband and my kids. But there's a saying that says, tell God your plans and watch him laugh. So I'm up in age and it didn't happen, or it didn't remain, but I'm still grateful that I got to feel love, even if it probably wasn't real love. You know what I'm saying? I know some people be like, I don't know, it'd be a lot of fake people and the fakeness going on when I say certain things like that, and you probably like, oh, well, why she feel like that? And you know, but it's true. So once I did finally get into a relationship, it was up from there. It was up from there. Don't be like me. Use a bigger pot, okay? But since I'm a veteran at this, I know what I'm doing. So once I finally did get that family that I always wanted, I'm the type of person, I'm not making any moves unless my heart is in it. So if you see me with anybody, just know my heart is all the way in it. Like all the way. But I have a few flaws. I think we all do. Some we may or may not be proud of, but we have flaws. But when I finally did get that family that I wanted, I would cook for him like every day. And just knowing that I was able to feed my husband or feed my man, it made me so happy. Real happy. And then I used to teach him, you know, little things as well. He was from a different background, so it's the things that I knew. That tastes good. The things that I knew, he didn't, and vice versa. We was growing while also teaching each other things that we knew. You need a pan because you have to put this in the oven. I'm trying to find one for you guys. There's so much stuff. But You need a pan. In any event, while that's going, unfortunately, that relationship didn't last long. Let me not say it didn't last long. It didn't last forever. It lasted for 5 years. That was long enough, right? For 5.5 years. That's how long it lasted. I want it forever, though. But I guess that's not what they wanted. So here I am. Single. Not ready to mingle. Making all the dishes that I used to make for him, for my roommates, which is you guys, right? I believe that everything happens for a reason. It's either a lesson or a blessing. Either way, we have to be appreciative of what it is. And I am. And it honestly, that relationship made me like a better mother, a better friend, you know? It made me better overall. Had I knew that this was not gonna last, I'm adding Parmesan cheese. Had I knew, like if God would have told me, hey, you're going to be in a relationship for this long and it ain't going to last and you're going to be heartbroken. And I had the option whether I wanted to do it or not, I would have still done it. I would have still done it. So right here, this looks loose, but when we add it in the macaroni, it's going to be fine. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pour this into my pan, into my little, in a separate dish. I'm adding it all in. This is what it looks like. Oh, it's hot. Right? And I'm going to add my cheese. I have, well, I showed you what the cheese was, so you know what cheese I got. I'm adding this. I'm actually going to add the whole thing. And I'm going to stir it. Let me show y'all. Enough of seeing me. I'm going to stir it. I'm going to keep stirring it. At this point, you can taste it if you want, which I'm going to do so because I want to make sure that every layer is actually seasoned. And I'm also going to preheat my oven to I guess 350 is fine. So I got that going, and I'm going to taste this. I want to make sure it's right before I feed y'all. This thing is so good, y'all. I don't need to add nothing else. Just a little bit more cheese. I'm going to strain this pasta, and then I'm going to put it in the oven. This tastes so good, y'all. So, as I was saying, so I'm from Florida. I work in something that I cannot tell y'all, but I have one child. I don't know if you guys will see her in this video or any video for that matter, but she is mi vida, which means my life. And I'll tell you guys the truth. My ex that I was with for 5.5 years, although, you know, it was, you know, 5.5 years, that man loved the F out of me. All the way. And I was so in love with him. Not just in love, I'm talking about infatuated, hung over, head over heels. I was all of that for him. He was my joy, like everything. Like, I really thought that I had my family. But like I say, it was a turn of events. Like, I was the type of girl that I don't care what we went through, I ain't leaving. Like, I loved him. And maybe that was too much for him, you know? So what I'm doing now to the pasta, I'm mixing it up. It looks so good, y'all. If only there was smell-o-vision. Smell-o-vision. If only I could smell this, y'all. See, I'm mixing it up. You hear that gushy? You hear that? Yeah, that's what you want. That's what you need. So, yeah. I have a lot of siblings. You may see 1 or 2 or 3 on this channel. I'm adding a little bit, half and half. A little bit more milk. And I'm going to, I don't know where my pan is. But yeah. I'm a hopeless romantic. Let me try to find a pan. I have one, but I wanted to use another one, another dish, but I'm not sure where I put it. I don't remember where I put it, y'all. Where could I have put that pan? I got so much. I'll just use what I got. So to this dish, to this baking dish, we're gonna add butter because we want to coat the pan. Cowboy, be quiet. We're gonna coat this, and I'm gonna use my hands to coat the dish. You see how fast that was? It's only 25 minutes and we were almost done, y'all. Well, it do gotta bake, but you know. I'm gonna coat the pan, and I'm going to take my gloves off, and I'm going to put everything, put this in the pan. You see? I'm taking everything out of here. And I'm going to move it around. And then I'm going to layer it with cheese. This is mild cheddar. Y'all, my dude used to love this. He used to love this. He was American. Oh, by the way, I'm Cuban and Haitian. Ça comprend. I'm Cuban and Haitian. He was American. So we both came from backgrounds of bullshit. But I'm fortunate that's not what he saw in me. I'm fortunate. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit pepper, black pepper, and I'm waiting for the oven to warm up, and then I'll put it in the oven. I'll be back, guys. All right, y'all, so our oven has preheated. It's at 350. What I'm gonna do now is place this in the oven, and I'm going to let it cook for 45 minutes. Usually you can cover it. In this case, I'm not. I'm just gonna place it in the oven, and once it's done, I'll show you what it looks like. A little close up. Here we go. Its final resting place. We're gonna let that go. As Emerald Lagasse would say, we're gonna set it and forget it. I'll be back to show you guys the final look of it. All right, y'all, I done cleaned up the kitchen. I got everything drying. This is what it's looking like so far. Y'all, this smells delicious, y'all. It smells so good. Probably give it about maybe another like 5-10 minutes, and I'll check on it.